Good morning, everyone. It's Artemis HD. Hope everyone's having a wonderful, fantastic, beautiful day. Before I go on with the video, I just want to apologize to my subscribers and followers out there on YouTube. Sorry, everyone, for not uploading the past 11, almost a full year, basically. It's gonna be. I was very ill and sick, and at one point, when I was better, I was doxxed and attacked for being me and playing a game on the Xbox by an individual or individuals who used me and attacked me. And I'm still worrisome and still look over my shoulder because of what they've done. I suffer from many things, okay, but I'm not going to get into that with this video. So what primarily this video is about World of Warships Legends. But, you know, I just want to let you guys know what's been going on with me and you know, tell you I'm okay now. And I'm ready to make some content for you all. So, let's get right into it. Now that we have that out of the way. Hi everyone. I am playing World of Warships. Okay, this gameplay is from yesterday. I am playing in the ship Graf Zeppelin. Graf Zeppelin is a German aircraft carrier. It was the only German aircraft carrier that ever existed and was developed by Nazi Germany during World War II. It was, I believe, 85% completed at the time. That's kind of scary. But when the war began, they did not finish it. And I believe it was destroyed later on. I am playing the console version of World of Warships. This is World of Warships Legend. It is free to play, just like the one on PC. Both versions are different, though. We have certain ships that PC doesn't have, and PC has lots of ships. Lots of ships. Okay. The ship that I am playing, like I said, is Graf Zeppelin. It's a meme ship. It's supposed to be a troll ship. It's supposed to be a fun ship, but sadly, a lot of CCs, a lot of other content creators and players have been crying and complaining about Graf Zeppelin not being good enough for the console version. You know, there are some certain locations that the ship could be improved in, and could be buffed in. Planes are one of them. The health, planes, and durability of the planes could be buffed slightly more. Okay, the AP bombs could be buffed slightly more to like the Parsifals, basically. And secondary battery range should be buffed slightly, so slightly, maybe by 1 or 2 kilometers more. But yeah, that's all I have to agree with, basically, of what some of these other CCs and other content creators and players are talking about. That's all, especially the planes. I have to say the planes need a little more health buff. I also really hope in the future, because I do see it in our new port for 3rd year anniversary, there are rocket planes. Yes, there's definitely rocket planes coming soon, hopefully in the future. Can't wait. Usually they're armor-piercing planes, so I'm ecstatic when I can be able to play them. I am in a division with King Jones and Lurkin Gherkin, both are very old friends of mine. Sadly, King Jones did get killed by a battleship. I believe it was the Bismarck. So I will seek vengeance for him, and I will rain hellfire and torpedoes at that person for the rest of the game until I was able to kill them. Lurk is in a destroyer. Lurk was AFK actually because he lost connections to the game. He lost power. So I had to wait until he was able to come back in. He was fortunately enough still alive and was able to get back into the game, so that was fantastically awesome. So the way that Graf Zeppelin should be played as a meme ship, because I've seen a lot of content and community contributors complain and rant about this game, about this ship, not this game. I'm sorry. Is that, you know, it's not what they expect it to be. Well, you know, I have to be blunt and honest with you. Everyone's a potato. Above average players, below average players, we're all potatoes. That includes community contributors. You are the biggest potatoes of them all in this game. Yeah, no offense. Sorry, but not sorry. Okay, you just don't know how to use Graf Zeppelin right. I am confidently, very confidently, to tell you that I am probably the only console player on both platforms, Xbox and PlayStation platforms, to have probably gotten a Kraken successfully in the Graf Zeppelin because of the way I was playing it. Graf Zeppelin, being that it's very unique, as a German CV, it does not have turtleback armor, like battleships would. It is equipped with secondary battleship guns, though. The commander that I'm using is not a CV commander at all. It's not Hans Giesler or Geisler, whichever way you want to pronounce it. It's Otto Celiax, a battleship commander. He does slightly, ironically, his base trait is AP shell damage. Slightly actually buffs the AP shell bombs. I don't know why I said shell, but they're AP bombs. Okay, he actually does buff the AP shell bomb damage to the carriers, ironically. He also has Porcupine, and if you give him inspirations with Von Hipper, who's also Legendary 2, Max 16, he will be Legendary 3 soon. Secondary range will be increased. As you can see how far, it's, I believe, 8.4 kilometers of secondary range. The best way you really want to have a meme ship and have the greatest gameplays for the ship for secondaries is run battleship commanders always. I recommend that. Okay? At the same time, you are going to sacrifice a lot of the perks for being an aircraft carrier commander. So that's why you have to have your division mates, or even a random person. For instance, our plan was to come into this game, I asked Lurk if he could be a destroyer. He ended up being a destroyer, and he put down smoke for me. As you can see, I ripped the Hipper heavy cruiser a new one, and I loved it and enjoyed it. Sadly, I did not get a close quarter medal because I launched torpedoes. Also, I'm mostly running a secondary build, minus that the third perk on the ship is not secondary reload speed at all. It's actually the health and HP towards your aircraft, because I believe what we mentioned about the airplanes earlier in this video is that they are atrocious. They are bad. Okay, they need a slight buff. Okay, that's for sure. Because they die very quickly. I am attacking grossly curve first now. As you can see, the difference in shell damage is phenomenal because Otto Celiax is definitely increasing the AP bomb damage slightly. Maybe not a lot, but you can definitely see it. So I'm definitely doing what I'm supposed to do with AP bombs. But yeah, that's the other thing about Graf Zeppelin, is the only way you can play it properly and enjoy it, and like a meme ship it is with division mates or teammates. You have to cooperate. It sucks that in Legends, not everybody on both platforms want to plug in their mics, even though they have them. Okay? And sometimes they're also in party chats. So, you know, game chat is never always optional, even though game chat sometimes is terrible, because the audio sound is terrible. People need to communicate, need to cooperate, need to work together. I think the other thing is that CCs and other content creators fail to forget this, but you need to also know your limitations, know your disadvantages, your pros and cons on your ships and your team. Okay? Because you never know. Life is like a box full of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. Okay? And majority of the time, you're going to always get potatoes. These potatoes, you guys, you really need to learn how to communicate. Okay? Really need to learn. Alright? If you learn, you'll be unstoppable. Okay? If you communicate, you'll be unstoppable. The best teams that win games on World of Warships or World of Tanks or any other game is the team that has the most mics. Okay? The most communication. Okay? And cooperation. As you can see, I'm in a party chat with my division mates. I'm communicating. I'm also helping with seeing the callouts from from our team, even though I'm not in game chat. Okay. Um, I attacked mostly battleships. That's all I did, and that's what carriers are supposed to attack. Are the heavy hitters, battleships. Um, Majority of the time, I'm very conservative with my airplanes because of how terrible their health are. Usually, if you're playing Graf Zeppelin, because you have like a sonar or radar system on your planes, it's best that in the beginning of the match, before you even attack, and I think the CCs fail to actually say this in their videos when they complain about this ship, is that you ladies and guys really need to tell people how to play this properly with your planes. You should use your Graf Zeppelin airplanes as scout planes. So spot ships before they spot your team first. Okay? By spotting them, you give out their location to your team. So your team can read the maps and figure out what they're going to do. That's plain and simple. And people fail to do that. So I know my disadvantages. I know my pros and cons when playing Graf Zeppelin. And in this gameplay, you can clearly see that I am taking whole advantage of this situation. I'm being tactical, I'm reading the maps, I'm looking at the callouts, and I'm communicating with my fantastic, awesome division mates and teammates. And at the end of this video, you will see I get the Kraken. And I am 100% confident that I am the only one in a Graf Zeppelin so far on these two platforms with a Kraken. Thank you guys for your time for listening. I'm Artemis HD, and I'll see you all later on the battlefield. Bye everyone. Bye.